Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be talking about another overpowered build, another overpowered pick strategy, whatever you want to call it for solo queue right now. Season 11 has brought us a ton of new things, a ton of new champions, item combinations, rune pages, builds, all that crazy stuff. And a lot of people are still trying to make sense of it all. People haven't maybe necessarily been playing the game a ton, or people just don't really still understand what are kind of some of the best things. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about MURAMANA on mages once again. I made a video about this before and it did pretty well. People seem pretty interested in it. In this video today, we're going to be reviewing some gameplay. This is a Diamond 2 Ryze 1 trick that I found. This guy is going the MURAMANA build on Ryze. So we're going to be running through that today, why it's good, why you should try it out, and why professional players, Korean players, people all over the world are kind of abusing this right now. It's so strong that Riot's even going to be nerfing it in the next patch. But we still have 4 or 5 days on this patch. We still have time to abuse it. So first up, we're going to be talking about the rune page that this guy and most other Ryze players are going right now. That is going to be Phase Rush, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, Gathering Storm, with Domination secondary being Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter. As far as your skill order, you're going to be starting out with a point in E, then Q, then W, maxing Q, maxing E, maxing W, obviously putting a point in alt when you can at 6, 11, and 16. As far as the build, this is going to be a tier into liandrys, into manamune, Zhonya's, and then death cap. It is going to be sorcerer's boots, but honestly I think lucidity boots could be decent at times as well. But most Ryze players are going liandrys right now. Mana items kind of suck as far as like Seraph's Embrace, that type of stuff. And liandrys builds out a lost chapter now, so liandrys is a really good item for DPS mages like Ryze, and that is what most people are going. It gives you the mana, gives you the damage over time, gives you big damage, gives you scaling. It is really nice. Now Ryze is not the best champion in solo queue right now. He honestly kind of sucks. He's like a 47% win rate, but he's really fun to play, and he's one of the very strong control type mages that people are always going to be going, especially in high elos, even when he does kind of suck a little bit more. But with this manamune build, he can suck a little bit less. And again, it's weird. Manamune is the AD mana item. We're not talking about Seraphs. We are talking about the AD mana item. But it does have a special ability on it, or one of its passives is this thing called Shock, which actually gives you damage, on hit damage on your ability strikes and attacks. So you really get extra damage even on your abilities, even though you're going the AD mana item. So it ends up being really good. Also, manamune only costs 2,600, so it's very cost effective, and it can be very strong. It's a quick, powerful 2-item power spike. It's a cheap 2-item power spike, and that's really good in League of Legends right now in preseason 11, where games end super fast. As you can see, we have some fighting going on in the mid game right now. You see this guy does roam up to the fight. They're able to get a kill. We'll see if he's able to pick up the next kill onto Graves here. He's kind of running low on mana, but he does get a nice combo, and that is obviously going to be a very nice start for Ryze. You love to see that. He's 2-0 already. He's got the blue buff. He's ready to get rolling. So yeah, so you hit a really solid 1-item power spike with your liandrys, but you're still not really strong until that second item. You're going to be finishing that manamune, you're going to be fully stacking that tier, and then you're going to be really ready to go. At 2 items, you can really carry the game. And again, that's really essential, because there's not very many games that are going 30-35 minutes right now. There's not a lot of games where you're going to be getting into your 3rd and 4th item on champions like Ryze and some of these more scaling picks. So having that strong 2-item power spike is very crucial. It ends up being really good. Again, a lot of people don't know about how the passive on it works. A lot of people think you're trolling if you go this build or something, but it can actually be good. It maybe doesn't scale as well as some of those other builds, but at 2 items, it is just as strong as anything else. I know I made the video before where we compared it to like 2 needlessly large rods, because that cost 2,500 and this cost 2,600. So for roughly the same price, this 2,600 manamune MURAMANA, once it's fully stacked up, it's just going to outdamage any of the other options you could spend. Another problem is that Seraph's Embrace kind of sucks right now, so you don't really have another really good solid mana item to go. So that's another reason why it's good. MURAMANA, good on a lot of mages right now. I know people are doing Ryze, Ahri, I've seen Silas, I've seen Cassiopeia, all different kinds of stuff. But Ryze is kind of the more popular one. It's the stuff getting a lot of searches on YouTube and stuff right now too, so I want to try and ride the wave a little bit. So far, checking on this game, he's up, they're even in CS, 36-36, but obviously he's 2-0. He started out with a mana crystal, and then he picked up a tier, a dark seal, and a lost chapter. He is very strong now. He's obviously in a great position to kind of start snowballing this game, to start hopefully just kind of carrying it out of control. But yeah, Ryze kind of rough right now, not super great. He's taking TP and flash, pretty normal Ryze stuff. Roaming up to the top lane. Ooh, that damage onto the set there is so disgusting. That W shield's gross too, but there you go. There is his third kill of the game. He's in a very, very good spot. Even though Ryze isn't great early, if you are able to get a lead, if you do find some easy free roams like that, definitely take advantage of it. Be looking to make active plays around the map, especially when you're super, super far ahead of your laner. It's always going to be super nice. And you see he crashed the wave, then he roams up, so he's still able to be up CS and be making plays around the map, which, I mean, yeah, this is how you just carry games. Aatrox is in kind of a rough spot here. He goes down, but Ryze is able to make it out. He has his Kayn coming up, but they should just be able to get out of this, and he should go back mid and be able to catch this wave, but he wants to harass him a little bit. Oh, that is disgusting. Like 70% damage onto the Graves there. That's pretty crazy, but I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you pick up a few kills early. You got to start snowballing that. And now, again, he's on Ryze. He's going to be scaling up. He's going to be just keep getting stronger as this game goes on, so he is in a great spot. He has his Seraphine here with him, but he's just going to walk out of that one. Okay. We're probably just going to skip ahead a little bit. We just got to get through this a little. I want him to, you know, kind of get into his build a little bit more so we can start seeing how much damage he can really start doing. I think he's just going to be freezing this wave for a little bit. He's going to be trying to make Anivia walk up. Anivia has no flash, so she is not in a great spot, because as you can see, she walks up for a couple minions right there. She just gets absolutely chunked out. So yeah, even though Ryze isn't the best right now, you know, people who are good at Ryze are still going to make him look really, really good. And if you get ahead, it's going to be so, so nice. It's all about, you know, making those plays to the early crabs, having priority, roaming around, and it can be really, really good. He's got 93 stacks on his tier right now. Tier's a lot easier to stack in Season 11 now too, so you are able to finish that MURAMANA very, very quickly as soon as you get the item pretty much. Should never be too much of an issue. And as you can see, he's just kind of hiding in vision, playing around the game. Just trying to create pressure around the map as best as he can, because he is the most influential player in the game right now. So he, you know, it's his agency that's going to carry this game. It's going to be him making plays. He's able to just push in the wave there. He is going to recall, and then we can see what he picks up next. This guy is a Diamond 2 Ryze with like a 67% win rate or something, so he's climbing. It might even be somebody's Smurf account, honestly, but I'm not sure whose account it is. He goes back, picks up a Fiendish Codex, so he's almost done with that liandrys. Still stacking up his tier, still in a very, very good spot. He also has TP, and he has 70 CS at 8.5 minutes, so he is very, very strong right now. His team is up 200 gold. They have an Infernal. They are in a good spot. But again, we're just waiting for that 2 items, you know, power spike. We're waiting to see how much damage he does. Anything that he's doing right now is great. You know, it's awesome that he's 3-0. It's awesome that he has good CS. But it's going to really matter what he does in the mid game. That's where we're going to see if you going this build pays off. Because if you are going this build, again, you're not going to be outscaling the normal, like, 3-item, 4-item, full AP Ryze. You're going to be giving up a little bit of damage in the late game. So you have to make sure you take advantage of your spike in the mid game, and you really have to carry the game then. So it is a little bit risky, but those risks can pay off, obviously. And another... This fight is breaking out. This is an interesting 3v3 here. Set is going in. He still got his big W. He does get a massive shield there. Ryze flashes away from the damage. That was pretty crazy. That was some nice moves by him. He's staying out of the Graves range. His team is able to clean up the fight. I don't think Graves is going to be able to get out of this one. He dodges the Aatrox Q, which ends up saving his life, and they're able to get out. But it was a 2-for-0 for the good guys. So that's awesome. They're up 1,100 gold now. Another thing that I didn't talk about for the MURAMANA is also, obviously, since it's giving you AD, that's another awesome thing. Not only are you getting the on-hit ability damage, but you're also have increased AD. So it makes it easier to farm, which isn't necessarily a huge perk, but you do get better auto attacks. But also, when you're auto attacking in your spell rotation, your spell combinations, which you're not going to be auto attacking a ton with Ryze, but you can. But there are certain champions, if you auto attack a ton, that can be very, very good for you. You know, helping you just increase your damage by getting more auto attacks off and stuff. And that can be another way that the MURAMANA build helps you do extra damage, helps you carry games. It's got a lot of stuff going on. So he is now at 81 CS. He's just tearing through the wave now. I mean, he just pretty much has infinite wave clear at this point. He's not really having mana issues anymore either. If he can get a blue buff too on top of that, he's just going to be super, super strong. Super, super annoying. I mean, Anivia, just again, she has to stay so far back. She has to be so careful. He can perma shove in the waves whenever he wants, and whenever he wants to freeze, he can do that too. He just has total control of the wave. Him and Kayn are the same level, which is a little bit weird. Kayn actually has the most CS in the game right now, which is a little surprising. But obviously having a level 9 jungler, it's nothing to be upset about. Anivia ended up in a really, really weird spot. I'm not sure what she was doing, but hey, we take those free kills. again, that's what's going to happen. When you're strong and you're putting pressure on people, they have a huge advantage in the 2v2, so they can get a little aggressive, they can get a little crazy. Ryze picks up a plate there. It looks like he's going to try for another plate. I don't know if he's going to be able to pick this one up. His autos aren't doing much, but it looks like he'll be able to pick it up. There's nobody really around him, so he'll get this for free. So there's another cool 320 gold on top of the kill. So he's 4-0, gets pretty much another kill's worth of gold there to get up to, let's call it 5-0. His team now is a 1,500 gold lead. They are, you know, in a great position. They have a scaling jungler in Kayn. He's going to be very, very strong and annoying. They have the Ryze, the absolute raid boss, the mid lane right now. And it looks like there's a play going on in the bot lane. See if they're able to pick anything up here. Jhin pulls out the ult. Kayn gets into the misfortune and just doesn't take her down. Jhin just misses W. Oh, but they still are able to pull it off. Double kill for Kayn. That's looking good. We like to see that. Ryze is TPing. Where's he going? He's headed into the bot lane where Graves is down there now too. Ryze with a nice little counter gank. Big play there. He is 5-0. He finishes up the liandrys and the Sork shoes. So now we're going to start building into the manamune, the item of the hour, what we are all here to see. He's got the tier. He's got a 7-stack dark seal. This guy is just massive at this point. 12 minutes into the game. Absolutely disgusting. He is up 20 CS on the Anivia as well, so she's not really too much of a threat. She's 1-3. Anivia is another mana champion that's just not very good right now in Season 11. Kind of interesting that this is the mid lane matchup. We're not seeing any like assassins or tanks or anything. But that is how it goes. And then again, Ryze is also really, really good at stealing jungle camps. That E on jungle camp, especially once you get fed, that's easy money. You know, if you can ever find that stuff, be looking for those for sure. That's how you're going to get these crazy CS numbers. That's how you're going to continue to extend your lead, but also shut down the other team's jungler as well. I mean, some people will even steal their own jungler's camps, but you're probably better off stealing the other team's camps, helping out your team a little bit. Picking up another tower plate there. Again, Ryze is not supposed to be super great early game. He's not supposed to be a lane bully or anything, but Mr. Off the Ropes is making it look easy so far in this one. He's getting his recall off. I'm not sure exactly how much gold he has, so I'm not sure what he's going to be able to pick up. We'll be able to see how much into the manamune he's able to get. That'll be interesting to see. He doesn't have his TP up, obviously. He just TP'd bottom. So we'll see what he does from here. And he picks up just a sapphire crystal. That was the only thing he recalled for. That was kind of weird. I thought he was gonna have more gold than that. He bought a sapphire crystal and that's it. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, no, that's it. That's funny. All right. has he ulted this game yet? I don't even think he's ulted this game yet. We'll see if he's able to make a play or anything with that. The level 1 Ryze ult is kind of really trash, but he is level 11 now, so he has a little bit of the extended range and stuff. Kayn is deep in the other team jungle right now. He's just kind of chilling, taking all their camps while Ryze is kind of funneling the other team over into them. But man, Graves does some big damage. That's a little bit scary for Ryze, but they're not afraid of this. Again, they win all these exchanges. They win 2v2s. They win 3v3 so hard. They really have nothing to worry about as Off the Ropes picks up his 6th kill of the game. 6-0-2 at 14 minutes. He has just been killing people early and often, really, really applying the pressure. Bard trying to stay safe under this tower. Ryze is going to go back, proxy this wave a little bit, catch him between the towers, help his wave crash, see if they can set up a play onto this Bard. Kane's going for it. Bard does flash the Jhin W, but they take the portal and then get ulted. Bard, sneaky, sneaky guy. He's able to get away, but they did get the Bard's flash. Got his ult. He burned a lot there to get out, and his team gets the first turret in the mid. Also, which is going to be super, super nice. Obviously, Ocean Drake, thank you very much, giving us some honey fruits to kind of top Ryze off. He's headed bot lane. I'm not sure. Okay, he's going to steal away the Krugs again. Ryze, super, super good at stealing jungle camps. Doing that every time you get that opportunity. This feels super bad for Graves, and it's part of the reason why he is down 60 CS right now. That has to feel bad. Graves is also down 4 levels on the Kayn. Kayn is level 12, highest level in the game. I know everyone says Kayn is, you know, a disgusting champion right now, one of the most busted in the game. But this Ryze is definitely helping him out here, putting on just a ton of pressure, ton of map pressure. He's been all over the place. And been farming while doing so. That's another thing, because it's easy to just roam around and lose a bunch of waves and stuff. But if you can have, you know, 148 CS at 15 minutes and be helping people over the map, you know, he's got 8 KP out of 11, that's when you're doing stuff right. Now he does have the completed manamune. Obviously, we need to get the MURAMANA fully stacked up. He's very, very close. He should be getting it in just a couple of minutes. So if you can finish that around 16, 17 minutes, you're going to be in business. I know most people finish at like 18, 19, 20. But anywhere around there, if you're finishing up your 2 items around there, you're going to be in a good spot. Obviously, every game on Ryze, you're not going to be 6-0 with 8-9 CS per minute, but off the ropes is doing a good job this game. Heads by, he's able to pick up the cannon, gets there just in time. It all worked out. And now he's just going to be splitting, because again, who's really going to match him at this point? You know, he's able to apply a ton of pressure, clears waves insanely fast. He's actually going to do a lot of structure damage as well, now that, again, he has the manamune, he has some AD, he hits towers hard, he's got a solid amount of AP as well. He's getting big structure damage onto these towers, and he's just able to apply a ton of pressure. And Nivea does get a big shutdown onto Kayn there. That was a 900 gold shutdown. So that's a little bit worrisome, obviously, just because Nivea can scale up and be pretty annoying. And if Kayn is your most fed guy, you want him to be carrying, not really dying. But I don't think the other team's too worried, because Anivia just finished her liandrys at 16 minutes, and Ryze has his full second item completed. So there's a little bit of a mid diff going on right now in terms of just overall strength and stuff. He does pick up that bot tower for free. There's another 300 gold to him, just in a great spot. And as you can see, I mean, he's one-shotting the melee minions at this point, which is just disgusting. This is going to be the second round of Krugs that he's taken in this game. Graves is not able to get those. We'll see if Ryze is able to get out of this. He has ult, but I was about to say, he's going to get CC'd by Anivia. So that was kind of, that sucked. He needed to dodge the Anivia stun if he could. I don't know if his flash just came up or if he had flash there. But that was going to be tough either way. It was going to be tough to outplay, especially with the Anivia wall and the Anivia stun just going through it. But he does go down. He gives up a big shutdown as well, but he's 6-1. He took the tower, and then he just overextended a little tiny bit for the Krugs. But his team still gets Ocean Drake out of it, and they're up about 3,500 gold at 17 minutes, so they're not in a bad spot at all. And I think he's like 9 stacks away from finishing up his MURAMANA, and then we can start to see what kind of damage that item is able to do. Spawns in 2 seconds. He's got TP. Let's see where he goes. He's going to chill AFK for a second. Now he's on the move. He's going back to bot. Even though he just died bot, he is not deterred. They're not keeping him away. We love to see it. He's got some renewed confidence. Running on down. His team is still in a really, really good spot. They're 1 Drake off Ocean Soul now. Ocean Soul's really disgusting. And there we go. I was talking about, stealing your own jungle's camps too. Sometimes you gotta do it. You see Kayn's top side? Hey, I gotta get your Grand Prix spawning, helping out the team. Jhin, absolutely. But there's so many just overpowered champions in this game. Like in this game specifically, Jhin, Kayn. We got a little bit of everything. Jhin picks up a nice kill onto Graves there. Can he get the cannon? He gets the cannon. My man has been on top of the CSing in this game. He's at 10 CS per minute. He's in a very, very good spot. And this is exactly what you want to see from your Ryze, especially when he gets early kills. I mean, even if your Ryze wasn't super, super fed at the beginning of the game, you want to see him just farming up, applying pressure, showing up to the fights, doing damage. But when he's 6-0 at 18 minutes, you really need him doing that. Otherwise, he's trolling. So he does have the finished MURAMANA now. He has Seeker's Arm Guard too, another just absolutely disgusting item right now. Another item getting nerfed in the next patch. But again, abuse the stuff while you can. Just because it's getting nerfed, that doesn't mean we can't talk about it now. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be abusing it while we can. He's back for the Krugs. He died for this last time. But let's see if he can learn from his mistakes, if he can not overextend. He sees the Graves this time. Hopefully there's no Anivia around. He's able to pick up a couple of them, gets the big ones. That's important. Up to 198 CS. Graves is down 2 levels still. Rises up a level on Anivia. They're still in a very, very good spot. Clearing the wave. He can't one-shot the melees anymore. He's fallen off a little bit. He's not the 6-0, 900 gold shutdown raid boss that he used to be. And Anivia's actually getting some kills now. She's in the fights. She's up to 3-4 at this point. She was like 1-4 out of the game almost. Kayn goes down. I'm not sure how Kayn keeps dying so much. But again, those fights don't really matter to Ryze. He's just going to keep splitting. If they want to keep fighting 4v5s, yeah, they're picking up a few kills, but Ryze is getting a tower each time. He's getting 2, 3, 4 waves of CS every time. And that's going to be totally fine with a champion that's scaling up, obviously, as monstrously as Ryze is going to be. And now that he does have his MURAMANA finish, we can actually see the next fight that he gets into, just how much damage that on-hit AP is going to be doing. I want to actually see... yeah, so his on-hit abilities are going to be dealing an additional 127 physical damage, which it's making him do physical damage, so that's also hard to itemize for. They can't just build straight magic resist, because Ryze's abilities are going to be doing a little bit of physical damage as well, which also is super, super nice. Mixed damage is so, so good. Just got to make sure he doesn't get stunned up by Bard. He can ult out. He's good to go. Great use of the ultimate there. We saw it a little bit cleaner than the last one. That was another thing I forgot to talk about that does make the MURAMANA super, super strong on mages. Because, yeah, even if they do start to pick up a mana item, like a Merc Treads or Banshee's Veil or whatever, you can still kind of shred through them. with a little bit of extra physical damage, which is super nice. And honestly, that's probably what's a little bit overpowered about it. That you're getting so much free damage that the other team can't really even itemize against. That does kind of feel bad. And it's also just not what they intended for sure, because obviously they wanted manamune to be the AP item for AD champions and not for Ryze. Thought Ryze was going to steal away the Gromp there, but Kayn showed up in time. He does give it over to him. He's a good guy, even though they're the same level, and you know, maybe you want your mid laner to be a little bit further ahead, but he doesn't steal it away. He does just go down to his bot wave, where he's there for another cannon wave, picking that up. He is up to 225 CS right now. He's above 10 CS per minute. Super, super nice in solo queue. You love to see. And he's just going to keep splitting away in this bot lane. He's so strong that, again, he's going to pull the other team apart so much. They have to decide, do we want to lose an inhib to Ryze, or do we want to go send 2 people to stop him, and, you know, then the 4 people in mid are gonna take some towers too. They're also just another Drake off of Ocean Soul, so they can just kind of wait for this one to spawn. They can be super, super patient here. They don't have to do anything crazy. The urgency is all on the blue team right now. Red team's in a great spot. They're at 4,000 gold at 22 minutes. Nice little cushy lead. Drake is going to be spawning in about 15 seconds. Ryze surprises the Anivia here. Oh, there is that MURAMANA damage. That is disgusting. With the liandrys burn as well, popping the egg. That is nuts. The egg doesn't stand a chance. It gets shredded, and he's still able to ult out. He could honestly probably one-shot the Misfortune here too. Yeah, I was about to say, he's going to need to turn on the Misfortune because he's not getting out of this one alive. He does flash on and he picks up the double kill. There we go. Off the ropes. He is up to 8-2 now. That's what we love to see. He thought he was going to be able to ult out. Then once he wasn't able to, he turns on the Misfortune, flashes her abilities, is able to pick up the kill. Showing that MURAMANA damage in action. But man, that was a disgusting flash W from Set to pick up the kill as well. There's so much going on here. The camera doesn't even know where to go. But in the end, the red team picks up the Ocean Soul, and that should be all but GG at this point. I mean, Ocean Soul is one of the most overpowered dragons in the entire game. It's really, really tough to come back from that one, but they're able to pick up the kill onto Kayn again. Bard with a really, really nice ult onto Jhin. That's going to give him the stun against the wall, and Jhin goes down. That's an ace for the blue team. All of a sudden, this game's a little bit interesting. Ryze picked up the double kill, and his team lost the fight 3v4. He's 8-2, up 60 CS, up 2 levels. He's in a great spot, but his team is letting him down a little bit. But luckily, he is a scaling mage. He should be in a good spot. Very, very easily able to carry this game. Still very, very winnable. Even though the kills are 16-16, they have Ocean Soul. They're up 2,500 gold. They have a lot of great things going for them, and they have the strongest champion in the game right now, which is Ryze. So the game is definitely within reach. They're definitely still ahead. The other team is currently on Baron. We're going to go over and look at that. They are able to pick it up. I don't know if the red team didn't know, or I mean, Kayn was dead, so there wasn't really much they could do, but I don't know if they knew they were on it or not. I don't think they had wards or anything. Ryze is trying to surprise the Set here, but I don't know how easily he's able to kill Set, or he might be scared that Set has more of his team around and stuff. Because it would be really, really bad if he goes down and dies again. Because again, Ryze is the huge carry for the red team right now. If he starts dying, if he starts throwing away his lead, they're going to lose for sure. So he needs to be safe. He needs to be smart. He needs to be calculated in the risks that he's going to take. He has the finished Zhonya's now. He also picked up a needlessly large rod. So that is the build. Again, he's going for that Zhonya's into death cap 4th item. That's going to be just a huge, huge, huge power spike for him at 4 items. And again, to have 3.5 items at 24 minutes, that's pretty ridiculous. That's pretty nutty, especially in a solo queue game, especially on Ryze. So he is just massive. And he has an Ocean Soul. He should be hard to kill with Ocean Soul, Zhonya's, all these different kind of stuff. He's got 6 stacks on his Dark Seal. I'd like to see maybe him go for a Magi's or something if he's able to pick up a couple kills without dying, but he has died the last couple of fights, so it hasn't made sense just yet. As you can see, I like what he's doing a lot. He's clearing the waves and going back. He's not recalling. He's making sure he stays on the map to continue applying pressure. But yeah, hiding in these bushes, not letting the other team ever know where he is, so they're always wondering, did he recall? Is he roaming? Is he going to keep pushing the wave again? Definitely want to leave them guessing, but still just be on the map as much as you can, applying pressure as much as you can. When you are the most fed person in the game, especially as a champion who can play the side lanes like Ryze, make sure you use that pressure. This team is going to be, the next objective to fight over isn't going to be for a while, so they're just going to kind of be pushing waves. They're trying to fight off this Baron for a little bit. The other team is a little bit strong, a little bit scary right now. Also, his team's only up 1,200 gold now when they were up 4,000 before. So trying to make sure they don't throw this lead, trying to not do anything too crazy, trying to find a good fight. Set is going to hit the go button here. He gets ulted by his own team's Bard. And that was just kind of a weird play. He just kind of sprinted in, got ulted by Bard. They weren't able to catch anybody else with a Set engage or with a Bard ult. So that was a little bit weird. I'm not really sure what happened. I thought we were about to get some action, but there wasn't anything too crazy yet. But it looks like, you know, the blue team's getting antsy. They want to use this Baron advantage. They haven't got any towers. They haven't got to start a fight or anything with it yet. So that's not great for them, because obviously they're not going to be getting much stronger. Maybe they want to try and make a play around the Elder fight or something, but I'm not exactly sure what they're thinking, because the game is close, but they're still down. They still need to be looking for good fights. But obviously, I would be scared of the Ryze right now. It's going to be tough, especially, I mean, if Set can get on him or something, maybe, but even then it'd be tough, especially with the Seraphine healing them up. She has a ton of CC, she has a ton of peel. She's really annoying. Fast forward a little bit, see if we can get, they're just kind of playing, you know, farm simulator in the mid lane right now. Ryze is just perma clearing waves. See if we get any fights started, any action, anything. There's another ult from Bard. Ryze sets up the ult to get his team out of there. That was actually really clean. I'm glad we were able to see that. I mean, yeah, you can get really creative with the Ryze ult. It does. I mean, there's a lot of terrible uses of it. I've seen some crazy things, but you know, there's every once in a while you can bring a minion wave over into a good spot. You can do some creative things like that. You can split push and ult out with it. You can save your team. But I've also seen people just ult into the other team, fuck it up, accidentally walk out of it. Like, there's been some disgusting uses that I've seen as well. And now, dude, it seems like Ryze has been on the map forever. He's got to have a ton of gold. He's farmed up so many waves. Level 16 at 28 minutes. I'm just going to keep making, I love how he keeps using vision. You know, he's hiding behind the walls. He's hiding in bush and stuff, trying to make sure the other team is never able to see him. So that's just kind of sprinting at him. Ryze is going to have to flash there. We can see the damage he does. Still solid damage, but I don't think he knows exactly where the entire other team is, so he's trying to be patient. He gets his team to run down with him. They're on the Set. The Set should be going down. That W shield is just absolutely massive. Ryze is able to pick up the kill onto him, and Nivea ends up in a weird spot. They are able to pop the egg. That's a double kill for the Kayn there. Super, super nice. That's a 3 for 0 for the red team. And now they might be able to start cracking open the base. They might be able to start cracking open this game. They do take the minion wave forward. That looked pretty crazy. They got really aggressive there, but it ends up being a good ult. They're still in an okay spot as long as they don't tank up this tower too much. Ryze ends up in a weird spot. He has to ult. Are they just going to one-shot him out of the Zhonya's? No, they block the Graves auto attacks for him. And they're just playing in the other team's base now, but eventually they do pick up the ace. It was a little bit crazy for Ryze ult bringing the minion wave up. Obviously, they wanted to take advantage of those death timers, and they just got really, really aggressive, and it was calculated risk that paid off. Ryze is up to 9-2 now. They're on to the Nexus towers. Are they going to be able to end? What's going to happen here? Bard with the ult, delaying a little bit. His team sets up in 2 seconds, and Nivea's up in 3. He gets one shot out of that. And now Set is left to defend 4v1. He gets the ult down. He's got his W. Oh, lands a huge W on only 4 people, but at this point, it's just not enough. Anivia shuts down the Ryze, but Ryze kills Anivia as well. And there it is, 29 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. The red team is able to take it down. A 10-3-7 game from Ryze, where he dealt the most damage in the game, was absolutely able to just run over, smash this game, and carry with this new MURAMANA RYZE build. Again, it's taken over high elo solo queue. It's taken over Korean solo queue. And, you know, maybe you can use it to gain some LP of your own. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think MURAMANA on Mages? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And if you try it out, let me know how that goes. Subscribe to update on my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.